Yo, it's your boy Smoke Bath and Madden video. Today's video we're going to be doing a simulation of Sam Darnold on the Seattle Seahawks. Now the NFL offseason is underway and we got some big free agency signings like we did Deebo Samuel on the Commanders and Geno Smirh on the Las Vegas Raiders. If you guys are interested in those videos, we already posted them and link will be down below in the description. We'll try to do as many as possible. We're obviously going to be doing the big names as much as we can, but we also got to make some draft content. So if you guys are interested in upcoming draft content, make sure to subscribe with post notifications on so you guys get notified with every single post. So we got Sam Darnold on the Seahawks. Obviously, it's updated rosters and everything, but please do understand that since it is a Madden simulation, I let everything be on auto. So if something is out of the ordinary, it is because a team traded or signed someone different in the past offseason. But anyway, Sam Darnold wasn't able to win his first game as a Seattle Seahawk as they lose 16-31 to the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, 2 passing touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And then Sam Darnold with no passing touchdowns in that matchup. Aaron Jones, it looks like he either signed or got traded to the Arizona Cardinals. He got 113 yards. Raheed Shaheed looks like he signed with the Seahawks in free agency. Jackson Smith and Najigba, 74 yards. Raheed Shaheed with 77 yards. Devon Witherspoon, let's go check the defensive side of the ball, leading with eight tackles. Nick, and then it was pound side out. That happens sometimes when you download a draft class from Madden, so apologize from that. But that is just kind of EA's fault. And then Max Melton was the person with the interception. So anyway, the first season, as Sam Darnold being a Seattle Seahawk, they are 3-4, 79 overall, 79 offense, and 81 defense. Could definitely be doing a little bit better, but I wouldn't say that's horrible. If you want me to be honest, I feel like the Seahawks need a lot more in real life if they think they're going to thrive with Sam Darnold, because they did get rid of Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, obviously. Midseason points, Sam Darnold has 1,319 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns with 2 interceptions, 67 completion percentage. He was sacked 12 times, and he has a rating of 91.5. I wouldn't say those are horrible numbers, but could definitely be better. Only 5 passing touchdowns in around 7 to 8 games. Could definitely be better. Kenneth Walker, 334 rushing yards. That's pretty good. It could be better, but I do understand he's splitting some time with Zach Charbonnet because that backfield is pretty good. So Zach Charbonnet with 157 yards. Kenneth Walker with 5 rushing touchdowns and Charbonnet with 2 rushing touchdowns. Raheed Shaheed leading the team in receptions with 34 and 431 yards. JSN, 321 yards and 3 receiving touchdowns. Devon Witherspoon's going to be leading in tackles with 35. Kobe Bryant and with 31. And then Byron Murphy leading in tackles for loss with 4. And then sacks is going to be Nick. And then it's going to be Boy Mafi. And it's going to be Kobe Bryant for interceptions leading. Let's go and check the end season points. So the first year, Sam Darnold is a Seattle Seahawk. And they finished 6-11. So 6-11 record. I feel like they could probably be doing better than that in real life, but it really just depends how aggressive they are. I feel like if you go ahead and sign Sam Darnold, they're not embracing a rebuild, but they lost some key pieces to not be embracing a rebuild, so they really need to start bringing some other people in. Anyway, Sam Darnold finished the year with 2,936 passing yards, 20 passing touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Very low amount of passing touchdowns. Interceptions wasn't too bad, but you definitely need to be throwing more touchdowns if you're going to throw 10 interceptions. He was sacked quite a bit, but Seahawks do need to be working on that offensive line. Kenneth Walker with 1,063 rushing yards and 9 rushing touchdowns. 0 fumbles. Zach Charbonnet, 346 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns. He did have 2 fumbles on the year, though. And Sam Darnold with 331 rushing yards with 5 rushing touchdowns. So he had more rushing touchdowns than Zach Charbonnet. And then Jackson Smith Najigba with 907 yards off of 73 receptions and 5 receiving touchdowns. Pretty solid year for JSN. Raheed Shaheed, 771 yards and 9 receiving touchdowns off of 68 receptions. Miles Boykins, 48 receptions, 517 yards. Kobe Bryant is going to be leading in tackles. Well, he's actually tied with Devon Witherspoon. And then you got Travis Knight. Byron Murphy leading in tackles for loss. Then Leonard Williams. Nick led in sacks with 14.5. He's a rookie, so that's who they drafted, obviously. Rasul Douglas apparently signed with the Seattle Seahawks, and he had 5 interceptions. Tariq Woolen had 2 interceptions. So this is the next year. as Sam Darnold being a Seattle Seahawk, and they finished 7-10. They go up to an 82 overall and 81 offense, 82 defense, but still wasn't quite enough to make a playoff appearance. In the offensive yards, they were 21st. Sam Darnold at the end of this season, this was improvement, but it's still nothing crazy. 3,539 yards, 30 passing touchdowns, so that's actually a good amount of passing touchdowns, but 16 interceptions. Don't really like to see that. I like how he brought his touchdowns up, but he brought his interceptions up as well. Did have a lot more passing yards, a rating of 92.6. He was sacked 25 times, so that's actually not too bad. And then Kenneth Walker actually had a really good year, 1,248 yards, 7 rushing touchdowns, no fumbles. Sam Darnold second in the team with rushing with 324 yards and 5 rushing touchdowns. Zach Charbonnet, 204 rushing yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. So pretty good year rushing-wise for Sam Darnold. Raheed Shaheed, 77 receptions, 1,050 yards, 8 receiving touchdowns. Looks like they signed Calvin Austin in this past 3 agency. So Calvin Austin with 850 yards and 8 receiving touchdowns. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 8 receiving touchdowns and 776 yards. Noah Fant, 413 yards and 1 receiving touchdown. Trace Knight with 121 tackles. Byron Murphy with 14 tackles for loss. Nick had 10 tackles for loss. And sacks is going to be leading Nick again, but he's also tied with Leonard Williams. And then let's go ahead and check out the interceptions. Rasul Douglas leading again with us. This time he has 3, then Trace Knight and Trey Woolen. That is how Sam Darnold did as a Seattle Seahawk. Wasn't able to get really any team accomplishments done. His second year was solid, but could have been better. And the Seahawks decided not to re-sign him for the 3rd year. So that is how he did it in the simulation. Was it horrible? No, but I'm sure they're expecting a lot better. But like I said, if the Seattle Seahawks want to win right now, they need to go out and get some other pieces. Anyway, this is who won the Super Bowl. If you guys are interested, the New Orleans Saints beat the Buffalo Bills, and then the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Philadelphia Eagles. In the other year, the NFL MVP, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Jack Sawyer, and then Offensive Rookie of the Year, Ashton Genty, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jack Sawyer. All right, guys, that is on the end of the video. That's how Sam Darnold did as a Seahawk. A little disappointing. Hopefully, in Seahawks fans' case, he does better than that. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoy Madden 25 content in general, I highly recommend you guys subscribe and turn post notifications on. All right, guys, see you in the next video. Bye.